Well, viewers, we've had a bit of an unexpected development today. I'm less than a mile from where we live, and the weather's not particularly great. It is windy and raining, and I was in the middle of trying to record a channel update, and the car just died. Fortunately, I'm not very far away from where I live, so that's not so much of a problem, and I wasn't on a motorway or anything like that, but started the car up, started driving along, and the car just completely died. Totally died. It won't restart. Little sort of warning came up on the dash. I'll show you what light it is in a moment. And that's it. I've called the breakdown service. I don't know what's wrong with it. Unfortunately, the breakdown service is no stranger to this car, because when it was right at the beginning of my ownership, the car also broke down within a month. It wasn't this particular problem, it was the thermostat housing that spewed coolant all over the ground on a very hot July day when it was 33 degrees. It's not a very hot July day, and it's not 33 degrees anymore, but it's a similar situation in that I can't drive it. It simply won't restart. I don't know what the issue is. My suspicion is it might be a fuel pump, but that wouldn't normally put a light on the dash like that, I don't think. As you can hear, the thunders in the background as well. It's not really the best way to break down, but I'm relatively safe where I am. It could have been a lot worse than this, to be honest. Unfortunately, I was on my way to pick up my mother to take her to an appointment, and so that's not going to happen. If I'd been driving her car, I probably would have made it. Unfortunately, in this one, as with many other old cars, you just never know what's going to happen. I did speak to Mr. Coleman, who looks after this car, very briefly, because he's at work. Very kindly answered the phone, and he hasn't got a clue. He just said call the breakdown service, which was exactly the response I was expecting. So that's what I've done, and what I've asked them to do, if they are unable to fix the car, is to take it up to my mother's house, so that I can get her car, and so I'm not sort of stranded here for, well, however long it takes, which I currently don't know how long that's going to be. It could be, I don't know, a couple of hours or something. I don't really know. Anyway, I think I'll probably get back in the car, because it's pretty nasty out here, and we'll see if I can show you what the issue seems to be. Okay, so we've got the hazard lights on, of course. I'll just switch hands so I can use the ignition key. So, I should get the key, don't I? That's a stupid thing. Key's in my pocket. Okay, so if I turn it on, and you can see just next to where the speedo needle is, there is a light down there. I've never seen this light before, but that's the light that came on when I was driving, and then I lost all the power. So let's see if the car will restart. No, that's exactly what's happened. So that's the situation, viewers. I don't know anything more. I had a brief look under the bonnet, but I imagine this is something to do with the engine management or something like that. I don't really know, to be honest. Yeah, an entertaining morning. Fortunately, I've called my mother, and she's going to try to make alternative arrangements to get to the appointment. Perhaps one of her neighbours or something can take her, because she currently can't drive due to sort of physical disabilities that she has. So I suppose I should just wait in these luxurious surroundings, sheltered from the rain. I'm not going to go in the passenger seat probably, because I think we're okay here. It's relatively safe where we are. It is a main road, but I think it's okay. I'll just leave these hazard lights on. Hopefully the battery won't die on me. Yeah, especially on a day like this. It's pretty crazy, this weather. Lloyd Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. Well, the rain has abated a little bit. As you can see, breakdown service has turned up, and it's just having a look. Right, okay, viewers, it's not the fuel pump. That leads me to suspect it might be something to do with the automatic gearbox, which is, well, a bit more of a problem. This is the same gearbox as on Mr. Richardson's review is driving his Freelander, so I don't know if it's something like what he experienced. I don't really know. We'll have to see. So it's just running IOBD scanner at the moment. There are some historic faults in it, such as the coil pack, which I did last year, but so far nothing with the automatic gearbox. So it's not actually that, which is interesting. I'm delighted to say that MG Rover content on this channel is still sponsored by Discount MG Rover Spares, or DMGRS, and here I am at their offices just near Southampton. So if you need parts for your 45, ZS, ZT, or any other model from the MG Rover era, and actually a little bit before that, then I'll put a link in the video description below. But my car's actually got two exclusive DMGRS solutions to it. It's got a metal thermostat housing, which is for the KV6 engine, and it's also got an upgraded heater resistor. But there are loads of other unique things. You can get the Sheddist kit, which is for manual 45s and ZS's. Lots of other things as well. And I'm very grateful to Scott, Max and Matt at DMGRS for continuing to help keep this car on the road by offering me some discounted parts, which is wonderful. So don't forget to visit DMGRS by clicking the link in the video description below. Right, viewers, you're going to get it loaded up, I think, onto this. One of us might have to push it or something, I don't know. And then it will probably sit on the road near my mother's house for a bit. I'm going to call Discount MG Rover Spares, DMGRS. They do have crank position sensors for KV6 engines. I think that's the most likely thing. I mean, been through everything else. It's not the fuel pump, it's not the coil packs, it's not the auto gearbox, fortunately. It's quite a simple thing, I think. So I'll see if I can get someone, maybe Mr. Partridge or Mr. Coleman, to sort that out for me. They are the most technically competent people I know in this particular regard. But we've got other cars to use. My mother's car, I can use that. The other car that might have been acquired at some point, although you won't probably see that on the channel for a while unless you are a member on the Toledo or Road 45 V6 channel, in which case you'll actually be able to see what it is we might have acquired. That is actually going to a friend initially because he's not got a car at all at the moment, so you won't be seeing that for a while. Well, I am picking it up tomorrow. So there's a bit of intrigue for you, but I might come back when we've actually got the car up to near my mother's house and put it safely somewhere out of the way for now. So here we are, viewers, on a road just near my mother's house. We actually had to push it a little bit to get it there, but it's safe enough here. It's quite a narrow car. It's no further out from the curb than that Volvo is at the back there, and this is actually a bus route, so you do have to be a bit careful, but the bus has to go around those two other cars anyway, so we should be fine to leave it here for the time being. It's on a little bit of a slope, but it's not too bad. Obviously I don't really want to have to push it back into place again. And so that's it. I'm going to order a crank position sensor from DMGRS if they have one. I think they probably do, and I will ask somebody very nicely if they wouldn't mind fitting it for me. But we've been through everything with a technician who I don't think has ever seen one of these before, actually. He's seen 45s and 75s, but not V6 45s. But not a lot of people have, to be honest. They're so rare now. But anyway, that'll be it. Fortunately, we have other cars to use, and so it's not too much of an inconvenience, although my mother did have to miss her appointment, which is a bit of a shame. But there we go. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see what happens and other things, and we'll see you again very soon.